YouTube! I'm Random, and today we're looking at Star Trek Discovery Episode 8, CB Pacum Parabellum, aka We Still Have to Prove We Read a Book Once. I'm really so tired of these pretentious titles, so we'll just call this one the Sonar in Space episode, and everyone will know which one it is. I do want to point out, though, in the recap, nothing from that last episode with Harry Mudd made it into that whole previously on thing. The whole time loop Harry Mudd episode, Groundhog Day thing. Yeah. Guess it didn't happen. I really wish I could just pretend it didn't happen, but whatever. So this episode opens with a ship called the Gagarin, and it's getting its ass handed to it by Klingons. I'm impressed. This is almost a clear shot of the ships. Now we just have to do something about the whole lens flare chubby that the show has, and we'll almost have a Star Trek series. Yay! So those little itty bitty ship dot thingies that are firing at the bigger ships that kind of look like Star Trek ships. Those are supposed to be what passes for Klingon birds of prey in this series. That's okay. We can't see them anyway, so I suppose I'll just imagine a couple of real ones firing at these ships, right? We'll just pretend. Birds of prey. It's gonna be a birds of prey. It's gonna be okay, right? So the Discovery on the left side is trying to get in between the Klingon ships and the Gagarin. I still really don't like Discovery's overly long nacelles. We already know the ship's compensating. Maybe we don't need to point out how awesomely big our nacelles are. You're trying too hard, Discovery. So it looks like the Discovery didn't really help the poor Gagarin out very well. So we spore drive away before the Klingons can finish off Discovery 2. Stamets has successfully navigated the Discovery away to, just away. We don't know where. He just went away. He's all disoriented and asks Tilly, "What are you doing here, Captain?" So, now I do have to clarify that I've seen up to episode 14 at the time I'm recording this. This is not quite the foreshadowing hint of things to come that I initially thought. It did, as the episode aired, indicate that perhaps Stamets was seeing into, something via the mycelial network thingy, the spore network. Maybe he's seeing the future or seeing another dimension or whatever. But I'll elaborate again when this comes up again on episode 10 or 11. I can't remember which. But this doesn't quite fit here. But for right now, we're seeing Stamets all foggy and confused after a spore drive infusion thingy. All right, now let me get this scene straight. There were two other ships, as well as the Gagarin, that were ambushed and destroyed by the Klingons. So this Vulcan Admiral dude and Starfleet sent the Discovery, this experimental sciencey ship thing, like the secret weapon in the war, to go and help the last of the three. They're not a warship, though. Sure, they have a top secret jump anywhere sort of teleporty power. And yeah, sure, they can get there, but if Discovery's so special, wouldn't it be too risky to send their secret weapon ship? To go up against a crap ton of Klingon ships? Ships to destroy 2 of the 3 Federation ships that were all, huddled together? You had 3 of them. You had the Gagarin and 2 others that were presumably the same class. I didn't catch that. I assume they were pretty much similar to the Gagarin. And we also know that Starfleet was pretty sure the Klingons had the invisibility screen. The freaking cloak. They had the cloak, but they're calling it an invisibility screen. That's why I tried to refer it to as that. Because they can't call it a cloak. Oh, and remember when Starfleet left that stupid Klingon ship out there in Federation space for 6 months so that the idiot Klingons could duct tape it back together? Well, I guess old face paint Klingon dude managed to get it working and produce more of those invisibility screens, since Klingons didn't have cloaks back then. But, I guess renaming it makes it less wrong. Seriously, you can call a cloak a microwave burrito. It doesn't make it any less of a flipping cloak. And there's just so many things wrong with this scene. I know I'm getting like a little off track here. Between like them renaming the cloak and sending the... I give up. What's next? Hey, welcome to Planet Color Timing. Need an alien planet for your crappy sci-fi show? Just film in the woods outside of Toronto and adjust the color timing to blue on your HD camera. Ah, God. Now, normally I'd just call this planet Vancouver, since lesser budgeted shows usually film alien planets in the woods outside of Vancouver, but this show has a reported $8 million in episode budget. Now, why are they using low-budget techniques? And what makes it worse is that Michael Burnham narrates this scene to say that every tree, rock, and blade of grass vibrates with its own specific tone. Does that tone just happen to sound exactly like the woods outside of Toronto? I would say Vancouver, but I looked it up there in Toronto. Yeah, I never knew Toronto was so big you needed a starship with a bullshit magic mushroom drive to get there. Heck, I thought I could just drive up there like I did to Alberta that one time, but no. And seriously, will you knock it off with the lens flare, Chubby? I'm tired of it. I'm really tired of it. And this planet has a giant CG tower antenna thing that Burnham wants to modify to detect Klingons, apparently. She uses the term sonar here. Now, I know, you know, my freaking cat knows that sonar uses sound waves traveling through some medium like water or air. The writers are so dumb that they couldn't just use better terminology here and say, we want to use the CG tower to boost a signal. But for this to work, you'd still need to bounce a sound wave off a Klingon ship to detect it. Like, I really want to believe it's a bad choice of words, but no, they want to bounce sound waves off Klingon ships. They don't want to just amplify the signal. They want to bounce sound waves off of Klingon ships to see them. Like you would with a fish finder in a boat. Because space is liquid now. You know, it's totally not a vacuum. Not at all. Seriously, whoever wrote this episode, you should totally go up into space and swim around, right? You only need a bathing suit. Heck, maybe even one of those scuba masks, right? Hell, even try skinny dipping. Let's do that, okay? Okay, Discovery writers? You know those astronauts floating around in their giant bulky spacesuits? Well, they're just shy. They don't need them. They could just go skinny dipping if they wanted to. It's water. Hey, they remembered to add the planet sounds here. Saru can hear it way louder than not Spock and the not Klingon Ash Tyler. $8 million an episode, and all you can come up with for the planet's native people, beings. The planet is the people sort of thing is the same effect as the spore drive. Really? Like the little spores in the little bubble tube thing. Saru decides to greet the planet, and the planet wants him to follow it. Hey, remember when this was about that Klingon war thing? Me neither, but we're back up on that ship that got duct taped back together. This poor actor. Oh, that god-awful makeup is covering so much of his face he can barely see as well as speak. Seriously, look at the left eye here. Like, I just gotta point that out with my cursor. That nose piece is covering his line of sight. But I guess this guy's trying to talk to that scar-faced Klingon thing. She's trying to ask for a place in his house or whatever. She's offering her skills as an interrogator. But seriously, she's only been gone for what, like a few weeks or something? And in that time, we know that Lorca, Ash Tyler, and Harry Mudd all escaped. She must be Interrogator of the Year right there. Let's give it up for her. Best interrogator ever. Oh my god, I'm only 11 minutes into this episode at this point. These are just getting really harder and harder to sit through each time. And who built this hut in the middle of the planet? The energy beings that look like spore effects? Saru can sense the beings and they don't mean to harm them or anything, but I guess he can get felt up by them too. They're trying to communicate or something. And back on the Klingon ship. Oh. So, the Klingon interrogator chick is trying to, like, interrogate the Admiral. She goes up to her, she's like, scream. So she doesn't scream, so she... Seriously. She yells in her face. Now, why does this remind me so much of Police Academy? This is making me laugh, seriously. But this just... My first thought... Police Academy. So here we have Zed, Bobcat Goldthwait, screaming in the face of Sweet Chuck, and Sweet Chuck screams back. Just, yeah. Now I want to watch the Police Academy sequels. Thanks, Discovery. And thanks for ripping off the comic genius of Bobcat Goldthwait, by the way. I made it through about 13 minutes of Discovery and stopped to watch 10 minutes of Police Academy clips. I really think that sums up all you need to know about Discovery. It's for people who won't sit down and actually watch an episode. It's for millennials that'll stop every few minutes to whip out their cell phone and text someone. You know, the same type of people I end up next to in a movie getting blinded by some asshole who can't pay attention to a flipping movie for more than 10 minutes. But yeah, I really stopped caring about that scene, and I just want to go watch Police Academy 3 and 4. But holy crap, not Spock is smiling again. I'm feeling confused and a little uncomfortable by this. You know, since she has no human emotions or personality or character whatsoever. You know, it's a little disturbing, but, 7 Police Academy movies are right there on the shelf behind me. They look pretty good right now. But I guess not Spock and the not Klingon are talking about their future like they're in love or some crap. I don't know. I know it's written for them to be in love, but I'm not seeing it and I don't care. Back on Discovery, Tilly's confronting Stamets here about that spore drive thingy making him all weird. He doesn't want to tell his boyfriend, the doctor, about the side effects because he doesn't want to be poked and prodded by Starfleet. Plus, he doesn't want the doctor to have his career ruined either, but... yeah. So, last time I checked, they kind of needed him to use it, so I don't think they would poke and prod him, but whatever. Now that the Rel and the Admiral are done reenacting Police Academy scenes, they have time for girl stuff. The Admiral tells Rel how totally awesome the Federation is and that she should totally join. Rel agrees, and they have a pillow fight, play mystery date, and gossip about all the boys they think are cute and eat a lot of junk food. I don't know, I stopped paying attention. That's just what I saw in my head. Saru is made all funny-like because of the noises on the planet. But it's okay. He becomes one with the planet and is all happy and at peace now. Not like any other Star Trek episode has ever done before or anything, but... And wow, he's just as unpleasant to look at from the back as he is the front, too. So Saru being all happy is too good to be true, obviously, and he lies to Burnham and smashes the communicators and wants to stay on the planet forever and ever. He wants Ash and Burnham to stay there, too. This is so stupid. So L'Rell and the Admiral are wandering around the Klingon ship trying to get in L'Rell's ship to escape. But, and now is her ship the D7, the not D7 battle cruiser thing, like that prison ship? Does she have another little ship inside of that ship? Could they park a D7 inside the sarcophagus ship? I don't know. We never see it, and they never tell us what it is, so I guess it doesn't matter. But yeah... They're walking around in the corridors at the exact same time as that face-painty Klingon dude. You know, the exact same moment, the exact same place. What are the odds of that? But, you know, to make it look less suspicious, L'Rell and the Admiral have a fight to make it look like they're not trying to leave or something. And L'Rell tosses the Admiral into a conveniently placed electric glowy thing. Oh well, that's enough for her, I guess. And Saru has some mind meld stone thing that the planet gave him to basically give us a cheap fake out about Ash Tyler. I guess that's all it was for. You know, you think Saru is going to be able to tell that Ash is a Klingon or something. I mean, they've certainly been hinting at it a lot. because there's this huge reaction. But no, it's just that Ash was lying about where Burnham was. He told Saru that he and Burnham had a fight and she's off walking it off, but in reality, Burnham is trying to use that CG tower thing to make Sonar in space. TM Michael Burnham, a thing. So stupid. So we get a closer look at the tower, and and now I guess it's not made up of CG, but it's made up from those Stargate SG-1 Cold Lazarus blue crystal things. I did restrain myself this time from going to watch Stargate, but yeah. I'm not saying that, like, they might be inspired by it a little bit, but yeah. And L'Rell drags the Admiral back to the room they keep the dead Klingons in. But this is supposed to be the sarcophagus ship, right? The one that has all the Klingon mummies attached to the hull to protect it. Why do they just keep the Klingons here? Like, are they fresh? Are they going to attach them to the side of the ship? Is this room cold? I mean, I guess it would have to be if there's piles of dead Klingons everywhere, right? But, I mean, how long have they been laying there? Wouldn't they smell them down the hall, you know? Not that Klingon ships are known to be smelling like roses or anything, but with all the torches on the bridge eating up all the oxygen, I'd assume the ventilators would be working overtime to produce air to, I don't know, breathe. Do Klingons even breathe in this universe? Is, I guess, another question. So, I don't know. Oh, Lord. So, Saru's high on the planet, just as everyone on the show is high on something or other, I guess. And not Spock and Saru fight because he doesn't want her to call Discovery. I guess if she calls him, he stops being at peace. I guess that's a part of the episode I really just stopped paying attention to. Is like, they have to go to the planet to make the sonar thing work, to bounce the sound waves off the Klingon ships. Saru wants to stay on the planet. Why can't they just leave him there? Why do they all have to stay? Like, why would them calling Discovery interfere with that? And the planet thing transports Ash to Saru and Burnham at the tower. But one more question. One more question in my line of like a million here. Why is Ash Tyler not high on the planet? I mean, sure, Saru is a different species and he hears it a lot louder, but Ash made contact with the beings too for them to transport him. So, I mean, I guess the bigger question is, why did they bring him here in the first place? Why didn't you just walk like Burnham did? You know, we did get a, like, nice scene of Saru running, and they kind of used his species that he could run fast in this episode, whatever. I don't know. Just walk. We don't need the CG shot. We don't need it. They go back and forth about the whole beings not getting involved, then getting involved. It's confusing. It's bad and confusing. And I just want to go watch Police Academy. Oh, but Discovery beams them out of there, and we just and what exactly did we decide to do about the planet again? I admit I stop and restart scenes a lot when I review these just to get like the perfect screenshot. But I really didn't catch what's going on. And I've watched this. I watched this as it aired. I've watched this again to kind of stop it, grab a screenshot, see what I need to write my notes on. Like, I'm watching it. I'm paying attention, and I don't get this crap. I don't know. I don't get this crap, and I'm paying attention to it, but whatever. So now Saru here apologizes to Burnham while everyone's in sickbay getting checked out. Even Tyler. Tyler's in sickbay right here getting scanned. That's his little biosignature. That might come up again later. I'm pointing it out because it might be important. Now, okay, so the Klingon guy chews out L'Rell for letting the Admiral get away, right? Then he takes her into his house by giving her face paint. Okay. Oh, just kidding. Take her away, guards. What? It's not played for laughs here, I don't think. I'm just so confused about why he did this. You know, and as she's being dragged away, the Klingons get a message from the planet that we saw in the episode saying, come here, come to the planet, we want to talk to you, or something. But when they were on the planet back then, we did see that Burnham got that sonar thing working, right? She did get it working so that she could bounce the sound waves off the Klingons to detect them. But the planet had a different idea. Okay, whatever. They want to make peace and stuff. And have both sides talk it out because the planet doesn't understand war and stuff. You know, gee, if only there was, you know, some sort of, you know, I don't know, another show that had a being that totally didn't understand war and wanted to live in peace and harmony, bring both sides together because it doesn't get it. But now, no one's ever done that before. No. I mean, I'm not even going to go into any of the other similarities here. Like any Star Trek fan is going to immediately make the connection of Saru wanting to stay and being high on the planet and stuff to the side of paradise from the original series. But so yeah, I highly recommend watching the original series of Star Trek. Pretty much any of Stargate besides Universe. And I have to give a special shout out to Police Academy 3 and 4 for getting me through this episode. Go watch those. They're classics. Avoid the Star Trek Discovery nonsense like you would any STD, and thanks for watching. Bye!